conversation with this amazing lady.
Agriculture contributes to more than half of Ghana's GDP, and one of the key ways to enhance productivity in the sector is through research.
I always pour my heart into any project I work on. I go all out and pour my heart into it.
Your brand is more than just a logo and a tagline. It is the essence of your business.
This is a business that I envision myself doing for a lifetime. Apart from the fact that it has the tendency to be a very lucrative business, it also affords me the opportunity to build meaningful relationships.
I went into tourism because I wanted to create employment for myself and others, and so I wanted something that best suited my personality.
Listen to the I'm Drive as we bring you inspiring interviews with remarkable women in diverse fields. It is all happening right here only on Sunny 88.7 FM as we celebrate Women's Business Month. Women's Business Month is proudly brought to you by Secure and TNU.
Is that you? Wow, you've lost so much weight. Please tell me your secret one. All my favorite clothes don't fit me anymore.
Yeah, TNU, Ghana's leading fitness movement. TNU offers daily meal plans, so you will never have to worry about what to eat. You will also be given fun exercises to do from home. And my favorite part, TNU will give you a personal fitness coach who will motivate you and Kasa.
But of course, this TNU, I hope I can still eat my fufu and Ghana jollof. Herbs and leaves, this is the one
I'm not near Germany. At TNU, you will get to eat all your local dishes and still lose the weight per. And that's shocking.
Just give me the number. In fact, from today, call me on my TNU.
Contact TNU on 020-8174-178, 020-8174-178. TNU!
Hey! Stop! You little man, just see him go. This baby can run all day long. I wonder what I would do if there were two of him. I am very happy I decided to wait before having another child. Luckily, I met a family planning advisor at a salon who gave me great advice. I also claim the advantage Secure gives. Now I can space the birth of my children as I want. With Secure, I decide.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
All right, you're listening to the I'm Drive. This is Sunny 88.7 FM. It's our Women's Business Month series, and this morning we are joined by Selorm Djaba. She is an interior designer, project manager, and CEO of Ascento Projects Limited. First of all, we want to acknowledge our sponsors who've made it possible for us to bring you our Women's Business Month series, TNU, and also Secure. For women out there who are struggling with unhappiness because of weight gain, TNU is here to help you out. They are the leading fitness movement in Ghana, exclusively designed by and for women, with over 3,000 success stories. So you can trust that TNU will provide the support and the motivation you need every step of the way. If you're ready to start your journey towards becoming the irresistible new you, contact TNU. Call them on 0533-659-222. 0533-659-222. You can also follow them on Instagram and Facebook at TNU Fitness, and trust them. Your future self will thank you. Women's Business Month is also proudly brought to us by Secure, and life is all about planning and making choices. And making choices, you need options, and that's where Secure Daily Oral Contraceptive Pill comes in for women who want to be able to plan their lives and their families. It's a daily oral contraceptive pill taken by women to prevent unplanned and unwanted pregnancy, so you can have children when you are ready. With Secure, you decide. Good morning, Selorm.
Good morning, Jennifer.
Great to have you on the I'm Drive. We're live on Facebook. You can join in our conversation this morning. If you have a question, you have a comment, you can drop it below. You can also send your messages via WhatsApp 0540-130-684, 0540-130-684. Selorm, Thanks for accepting the invitation to be a part of Women's Business Month. Dreammaker, is that like your dad's name he gave you?
No.
Where did that come from?
That came from me. That's not my full name, actually.
Okay.
Dreammaker is probably, I don't want to say if it's a nickname or maybe that's just a brand name.
Okay.
I just seem to love the whole idea of making dreams come true. So perhaps I just added it to my name. So I'm Dreammaker.
You're a Dreammaker.
Yeah, I'm a Dreammaker.
Let's talk about interior design. What is it all about?
Okay, so interior design is actually how a professional interior designer, right, applies design techniques, okay, to improve spaces, to improve any space within a structure, actually to either make it very functional, to make it very livable, okay, safe to live in, accessible, and beautiful at the same time, okay. So you just have to apply design techniques on how to actually achieve all these components in any space, right? But then it was like, unfortunately, in Ghana here, most people tend to actually only focus or only know of the decoration bits. Hence, that's actually the job of an interior designer, a decorator or a stylist.
So there's a decorator, there's a stylist, and there's the interior designer.
Yeah. A decorator and a stylist almost do the same thing.
Okay.
They adorn spaces with, accessories. Okay, so that's where you come in with curtains, rugs, so furniture, how to actually arrange furniture in the space and all that. The designer mostly goes beyond only decorating, right? Ensuring that this new building, maybe the bathroom is well laid out. Fixtures are neatly laid out, just to avoid, to make sure that it is functional.
Okay.
So I make sure that the heights are actually up to the average standard height of a human being. Okay. So sometimes the interior designer's job might end up including some structural changes here and there. Okay, as compared to that of the decorator or the stylist. Right.
Okay. Let's talk about how you draw inspiration for the kind of work you do.
Okay. For me, inspiration mostly, as I mentioned earlier, my one of my mantras is actually to make dreams come true. Yes. So when I meet clients, I'm always, maybe I say desperate. I'm always ready, ever ready to help you achieve that dream. I want my house to look like this. I want my room to feel this way. So mostly, from my first encounter with my clients, I quickly gather inspiration. All the time, as part of our job, a creative person, you need to keep updating and upgrading yourself. You need to be on top of the game. You need to know what's happening, what's trending, what's not working also. So apart from that, I read a lot.
Okay.
Yes, I do read a lot. And then when I get to hear people's dreams and how they want the vision for their homes, that alone is enough to set me rolling.
I've heard that how a place is designed can have some kind of effect on your mood. Is that true?
Very true.
How does that happen?
Very true. Have you heard or have you thought of why they say color changes mood?
I've heard that too.
Right. You enter a space and instantly you begin to feel hyper. You're already looking very joyous, very hyper and energetic. And then there are some spaces you enter and suddenly you feel very relaxed. Right? I don't know if you've had such an experience before. In most cases, it's either the elements applied in designing the space, probably the color. The colors used there. One of the most reasons why you see a lot of warm colors, yellow, reds, oranges, in almost anywhere you find kids, right? Because it really enhances their mood. It makes them very hyper, energetic, and playful. In some cases, have you thought of why you go to, in most restaurants, almost every eatery, you see the color red?
I noticed that.
You see the color red, because red actually helps psychologically, according to statistics, red actually increases appetite.
Oh, mercy, I did not know that. Because for anyone who already has an appetite, you probably want to stay away from restaurants with...
Yeah, so you see KFC, you see Burger King, you see almost every restaurant, every food company has red. somewhere in there.
Interesting.
So
She just made me realize I stopped by a restaurant 2 days ago. Their colors, there's a red in there.
sometimes you enter and you realize I'm not really hungry, but I just want to take something. You feel, yes, same way you enter a nightclub and the feeling that is totally different. Yes, it's because of the design elements that I used, right? Mostly from the lighting, the colors applied there, I mean, everything. So it really does.
It really does.
Yeah.
I want to know, at what point did you decide to set up your own business? I mean, for how long had you been working with others and then getting to set up your own business?
Okay, so at what point, maybe I should say right from the university.
Okay.
I mean, that was where I really started developing the passion for this whole designing thing, right? From the university, I really knew that this is something I really like. But then, interior designers at that time was, I mean, almost non-existent in Ghana. So, I mean, one way or the other, I was a bit skeptical. Will it work? I mean, is this something people would patronize? So, I was, probably the idea was not born yet, but I knew that I really wanted to do something like this.
When you say you knew you wanted to do something like this, how did you know?
The passion kept on pushing me. It kept on pushing me until, so after university, I really didn't work so much for others. I worked like a year or two, and suddenly I just told myself, no. First of all, I am a very creative person, and I like adventure. I like to try new things. So when I find myself in spaces that feel boxes me, I really don't feel comfortable. So that was on top of it, and then I decided, okay, this thing, it looks like, I mean, after a while it would be, so I actually drew a lot of inspiration from the event industry.
Okay.
Because I remember at a point in time, I mean, wedding planning was not a thing in Ghana. I mean, everybody thought, oh, my auntie can do it, the cooking can, somebody can, exactly. Until we've gotten to the point where a wedding planner is actually a big thing now. I mean, a wedding caterer is a big thing now. The decorator is a big thing now. So I just told myself, I mean, let me just give myself some time. It will really pick up. So then I started learning. I started, getting more information and gathering. I mean, I did almost every course from every university I see. So to the point where I got a degree. I mean, I wanted to do not in the country. Then there was no school that was teaching interior design.
So how were you taking these courses?
So I did, foreign courses, mostly. Then I did almost all my training and mentoring from either foreign interior designers, foreign courses, online courses here and there. So as until now, I'm now beginning to see there are some 1 or 2 universities that are, taking interior design courses. Yeah. So
how do you feel that now you're seeing what you didn't have at your time? Now you're seeing it being picked. How do you feel about it?
Well, first of all, I'm very glad. I'm happy that suddenly it's picking up. Now the courses are, that was one of the very inspiration for me wanting to teach people. So I started training others, because then when I started putting myself out there, I started getting people calling me. I mean, how do I become a designer? I want to learn. So I started putting people together and then training them, helping them here and there. And then at least now I know, there are some 1 or 2 universities or training institutes that are offering courses to help interior designers here.
I want to know, around this time when we're celebrating or we're having the Women's Business Month series, we are also wondering the place of mentoring for women who go into business. Did you ever have such an experience?
I did.
Along the way? Can you share that with us?
I did. So, again, I mentioned earlier, then I didn't know any interior designer in Ghana. I didn't know whether there were people who were also like me trying, or there were even somewhere. So almost every mentoring or training I did were from foreigners. So there was this, I remember there was this particular Canadian-based interior designer I used to follow on YouTube then. When I started learning, it got to a point I had learned so much now. How do I start the business? How do I get clients? How do I interact? So I chanced upon her channel on YouTube. She's called Karen Bond. I remember for almost a year, there was never a day I didn't go there to watch her. So she used to do this, a day in the life of interior designer, so she would take you through, sometimes even to her client meetings, project sites. So I was following and learning a lot from how she interacted with her clients, how she interacted with her team, how she did on the project site. So, for more than a year, I was watching it. Now I still watch her. I still pick a lot of. So for me, it was at that time, again, it was mostly from foreigners, foreign interior designers. I mean, some of them I tried to get in touch with them, and I actually contacted, we've been chatting. There were others, I mean, I still don't have any contact, but I follow them. I still follow them.
And you've worked on a number of projects. How old is Central Projects?
Okay, so Central Project was born right from 2015. Okay. That was when I decided to stop working and focus fully on this. So from 2015 coming, this is what I've been doing full time. That was when a Central Project.
Was it capital intensive starting it?
Capital intensive, I wouldn't say so. I still needed some money to put myself out there here and there, but I wouldn't say, no, not so much. No. Yeah.
You're listening to the Iron Drive is our Women's Business Month series. We are with Selorm Djaba Mensah, otherwise known as Selorm Dreammaker, as you find her on social media. And we're talking about interior designing this morning. We're proudly supported by Secure and TNU. Since 2015, I guess you've worked on quite a number of projects. I mean, I've been following your work, so I've seen. Which one would you say is like your memorable project so far?
Memorable. Okay. Okay, so yes, this particular one I really actually it was a residence, someone's a private residence who hired me to design a family home for his family. So the response the client gave me after, I mean, on the day of the review, I really felt very, very satisfied. I really felt like, yes, I've done something. Once I opened the door for him, it's like, wow. I really
like a man going like, wow.
Exactly.
And it was good. It was really good.
So I was like, you like it? No, I love it. I really love it.
Ghanaian. Okay.
Ghanaian. So back then, I was just behind him and I was like, thank God.
That's awesome.
Thank God, yes. And I really seem to enjoy the whole process of that particular project. Okay. I mean, yes, it was very smooth. I mean, the clients, the people I interacted with on the projects, I mean, his siblings, he actually handed me to his siblings to Les because he didn't have much time. So, yes, it was a very smooth and enjoyable process. I really, yes, and the outcome really, I mean, was...
So, there's a perception that getting an interior designer can be very expensive. So today you're here. We want you to tell us, are you expensive to get me? Today you've shared a few things, some projects. Are you expensive? Is the industry expensive?
The industry...
Are you people expensive? Maybe I should put it that way.
In a way, I can say, I mean, interior design is quite expensive. Yes, especially in fact, designing is mostly what we actually, all that we see to be in the finishing process of the construction.
Yeah.
You see, at that stage, you tend to spend more than even the cost of the block work.
Really?
Yes, the finishing right through to the decor. You spend, I mean, almost double or even 3 times what you use. So at that point, it's all about your taste and what you can afford. Do you get it? Besides, interior design is more of a luxury. It's in a way I can say decoration is it's not so much of a basic, exactly. So it's more like a luxurious service, yes. But then in some cases it also helps achieve some basic needs within the space, right? So. And again, as I said, it's all based on your preferences, your tastes, and what you can afford.
Okay. I'll come and see you after this to share my taste with you. We'll see how it goes. This one says, I have a side hustle that I believe has great potential. At what point did you decide to stop work and focus? Was it not risky? She just laughed.
Risky, it was very risky, yes. It was risky, but I started doing it alongside work, right? But even then, there was no job coming out, but I still called myself a designer. I had started putting myself out there, but then I realized that, people were calling me, but mostly it was just, it wouldn't really yield anything. So I noticed that I want to do it. The demand seemed to be there. I'm not really focusing a lot here. This job is also taking my attention.
All the time.
Yes, I felt like, no, I mean, maybe I would have to put, because for me, as again I said, it was a risk. it got to a point I felt like, no, I need to give this my full attention. So to be able to do that, let me just quit what I'm doing, because yes, if I stop it, the edge, well, once I stop and I know I'm not having any salary coming, after all, this is all that you have. Exactly. You go after it all you have. That is what pushed me.
Okay.
Yes, if I have this job that I'm doing, I mean, you feel relaxed. I feel relaxed. And I felt like, no, once I stop,
and the monthly salary is
not coming. Yes, you'll be forced to do it. You'll be forced to do it. So for me, that is what worked. It really took some time to pick up. I mean, I stayed home for some time.
Roughly how long did it take for the business to pick up?
About close to a year or even more. But then I was still meeting, people were calling me here and there. I mean, sometimes, you know, when I started, I was mostly in Koforidua with my parents. Okay. But then I didn't even tell clients I live in Koforidua. If you call me right now, within the next 2 hours, I'll be in a car. Yes.
Interesting.
I'll tell you, don't worry, I'm coming. I won't even reveal where I'm coming from.
Because you felt, why wouldn't you reveal?
Not really. At that time, if I felt like if I tell you I'm not in Accra, I mean, then don't worry, you will lose a client.
Okay.
Yes, I'm in Accra. I'll be there shortly. I'll be there shortly.
Well, Selorm, I've heard that you're passionate about supporting female-led enterprises in Africa to scale up. Can you share this passion more with us?
Okay, so earlier I mentioned that I started now training and coaching people here and there, mostly females. You know, our industry is more like gender-based, gender-biased, female-based industry. Most of the students I've had, I can say more than half of them are women.
Okay.
Yes. So once they approach me, like, I want to be like you. I want to start an interior design company, like the person just mentioned. How to stop and how to even, jump on is the problem. So mostly I am ready. That's what I do. After COVID, I decided to dedicate. So I decided to focus fully on that bit. Yes, so it's actually part of what I do fully. I try to coach them when they approach me. So I take them through some processes on what they want to learn. Most people actually have the skill already, but now how to jump into business is a problem. There are those who are already working, but I want to quit and start this. How do they transition? How do they transition? I also take time to, so I've actually helped a couple of people. Some of them have started their interior design businesses and they are really doing well. There are others who are still, fighting the fight. And so I'm always telling them that don't worry, once you start work, so what I do is, sometimes I push some of my projects to them and then tell them that I'm going to be there with you throughout the project.
Kind of you.
Yes, just take this project, because if I leave you, I know you won't do anything. If I leave you, so take it, speak to the client, I'm on standby, whatever it is you need, just call me out. If I have to come with you to the site, I'll be there with you. So I really take time. That's one thing I seem to enjoy doing as well. I seem to enjoy helping the younger ones, those who are still thriving here and there, to establish themselves.
I think at this point, there's a young lady or young man out there who's saying, Jennifer, I think I would love some coaching as well. How can we find you on social media? How can we contact you for those who would love some coaching or any other?
Okay, so from social media, the name you mentioned, Selorm Dreammaker.
The name you mentioned.
Everywhere.
When you type yourself and you see DR something, Dreammaker, just know it's her.
Yeah, so Instagram is Dreammaker. I think you're almost on my...
It was short hair. Okay.
So Selorm Dreammaker on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, my full name, Selorm Djaba Mensah. So you can just find me on social media, mostly on Instagram especially, or Facebook. Or you can just, my contact or my email, I can put my contact out there if you want to. Or you can also visit the office at Adjoingano, the master at Modelo. Just call or inbox me. So the contacts you can call, 027 1142 027-1142-749 or 055-2528-518. Yeah.
Someone said
okay. 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 So what says, do you work with a large team too, as you were we'll get back to the numbers.
Okay. So a large team. So I have two categories of workers.
Yeah.
Yes. So those the administrative, those ones you meet in the office is quite small. But then I have a large one.
How many people?
So we are just three.
Okay.
Yes, I'm an architect, my engineer, and then myself.
Your architect, your engineer,
and then
and
myself.
yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
And then on the project sites, I have almost every artisan or every staff I need on any project, right? From the plumbing, from the painting, from the how do you call it, the ceiling design, lighting design. So I have all those on my team.
They all
as
come
well.
together.
Exactly, depending on the type of project.
Okay.
Yes, we have.
So now, can you mention the number?
027 11 42 749. 027 11 42 749 or 055 25 28 518.
Okay. But before you go, I want to ask you, for someone who's been running your own business since 2015, and for someone listening who is thinking of starting their own business, what is that one thing you tell them not to do as a business owner?
Not to do.
Yeah.
Probably maybe I'll just say, don't give up, because the journey can be very intimidating, but you need focus. Don't give up. From the beginning, you might feel the urge to, it's not working, let me just stop. It's not working, let me just stop. I've had a lot of such experiences, but I mean, it looks like maybe I've gotten over that now. So yes, don't stop. Don't stop. Let's keep pushing.
Keep pushing.
Yeah.
Keep pushing. Thank you so much, Selorm. It's been a great conversation with you. Thank you for the insights. I'm particularly excited about the coaching opportunities you give to people who want to venture into your industry. Thank you to our sponsors, Secure and TNU. Life is all about planning and making choices. And if you're a woman who wants to consider, or you're thinking about how to better plan your life and your family, you may want to consider a Secure pill as a daily oral contraceptive pill taken by women to prevent unplanned pregnancy, so you can have children when you are ready. Thank you also to TNU, and they're saying that they've noticed some women are struggling with unhappiness, and it's all because of their appearance due to weight gain. So if you feel, you know what, I want to start on a journey with like-minded women, TNU is that place for you. It's a leading fitness movement in Ghana with over 3,000 success stories. So you can trust that they will provide the support and the motivation that you need every step of the way. If you're ready, get their number, 0533 659 222, or you know of a sister who's ready. She's been ready for a while now. She just hasn't found the community. Get this number for her, 0533 659 222. Thank you to Secure and TNU for supporting our Women's Business Series right here on the IM Drive. And a big thank you to our sponsor, June Fabrics. They're supporting, or they're giving us this to give to every single woman stopping through the IM Drive, for being a part of our Women's Business Series. Thank you so much, June Fabrics. Thank you, Selorm.
Thank you so much, Thank you so much, June Fabrics.
All right, so keep listening to the IM Drive. You know it's a Friday, right? So up close is next.
Agriculture contributes to more than half of Ghana's GDP, and one of the key ways to enhance productivity in the sector is through research. I always pour my heart into any project I work on. I go all out and pour my heart into it. Your brand is more than just a logo and a tagline.